Welcome to this video. We were talking about measurements and motion on signs. Measurements. Now, if you need to know how long or how wide or how broad or how deep things are, the height or the depth is measured enough, or the breadth or the width or the length is to be measured. So, if you have to say pencil is 10 meters long, then we need a measuring scale. Now, what are the units of measurement? Unit is a fixed known quantity. So, you should know when you tell a tailor you want a shirt, he should know how long the shirt should be. The measurement for you and the other person can be different, but on the same unit. And then when you go and buy from the shop a piece of cloth, you should be able to tell the shopkeeper how much you want, so that what you tell the shopkeeper is same as what the tailor expected to get to stitch your shirt. So the shopkeeper should know of the shirt that he bought for selling to you, he should know if he cuts in what unit, he will have how much left. So for all of us to understand the same thing in the same fashion, we need a common unit. This common unit or the fixed unit is called the unit of measurement. Units used for length are millimeter, centimeter, kilometer, etc. So when you have a scale, your scale will be normally either 12 inch or 30 centimeter. That is called a foot scale. When you have a smaller scale, it might possibly be 6 inch or 15 centimeter. That's the size of a normal scale. You have bigger scales. You have scales that have 60 centimeter long. You have scales that have 100 centimeter. So 100 centimeter is 1 meter. Centi means 100. 100 centimeter is 1 meter. Then you have 1000 meter is 1 kilometer. Kilo is 1000. 1000 meter is 1 kilometer. Milli is 1 by 1000 part. Milli means 1 by 1000 part. So when you say millimeter, it is 1 by 10 of centimeter or 1 by 100 of a meter. So you have a milli, centi, kilo, like that we have. Likewise, when you are measuring volume, milliliter will become centiliter and then will become liter. When you measure length, millimeter will become centimeter and then will become meter. So 100 centimeter is 1 meter. 10 millimeter is 1 centimeter, like that. Kilometer means 1000. Centi means 100. Length can also be measured in feet or yard. This is called the British system of measuring. 1 feet is actually around 30 centimeters, approximately, not exactly equal, little bit around. And then you have feet and other methods of measurement in different countries according to their own historical reasons. Before the modern standard measuring system came, before this feet, yard, meter and all came, man used to measure things using finger width. Finger width is how thick is one finger. Hand span. Hand span is the end of the thumb to the end of the small finger. End of the thumb to end of the small finger is called hand span. Finger width is how wide is one finger. If it is small, you will say 1 finger width, 2 finger width, 3 finger width. If it is more than 5, 6, 7 finger width, then you will start to measure on hand span. How much hand span? End of the thumb to end of the small finger. If it is still bigger, you will refer by foot. Foot is from your heels to your tip of the toe. That is the foot. So these were the methods man was measuring. What is the risk here? Your leg or your foot can be longer or shorter than my foot. The child's foot will be different from parent's foot. So because of this, there will be little difference between the measurement. But still, if you keep on measuring with your foot everywhere you go, you will have the same unit, that is your foot length. So that is how measurement was done before standards were formed. Standards were actually used by different people at different places earlier. As you all know, there has been various civilizations. The Nile Valley civilization in Egypt, the Indus Valley civilization in Harappa, then there was an Amazon civilization. So many civilizations were there. That is people who lived 1000 years ago. Now, from the geometrical designs of the Indus Valley civilization, from the big the grain storage that they have, the big bath that they had in Harappa, people should have definitely known how to measure. They should have had a standards of units of measurement, or else they cannot build such big, huge, gigantic buildings. Likewise, the pyramids of Giza, pyramids in Egypt, if they have to make such a pyramid, they need to know how long, how wide should be the base, so that such a conical figure, such a pyramid with so much height can be built, so that it will be remaining for hundreds of years. So measurements and units were standardized even in those days, that is during the days of Harappan civilization or the Egyptian civilization. For example, Egypt used cubit, that is a length from elbow to the fingertip. The name of the unit the people in Egypt used was cubit, that is length of the elbow to the fingertip. In India also we measure with your hand. You measure with your foot. Foot is how long your feet is. When you have a measure longer than that, you use your hand, that is elbow to the fingertip. In 1790, in the year 1790 AD after Jesus Christ, French created the metric standards. The standards were created by the French. Earlier, SI system was introduced. SI means International Standards. S for standard, I for international. SI means International Standards. Was adopted later. For length, the international standard is meter, which is 100 centimeter or 1000 millimeter. So 1000 millimeter is same as 100 centimeter is same as 1 meter. The symbol used is small m. For centimeter, we use a cm in small letters. In millimeter, we use mm in small letters. This is the unit of measurement. Then looking at measuring devices. The geometrical, there were lots of measuring devices. Now coming to measuring devices, you would have seen that a tailor uses a tape, whereas a cloth merchant uses a rod. So we will see in the next session measuring devices and types of motion.